Today, Among Us 2 is acting sus. Emergency meeting. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint, where we have kittens!
That's right, just off screen is a big box of kittens sleeping quietly, and if you're a good audience, maybe we'll let you pet them.
Now what do we do?
Maybe treat it like an object lesson into not getting something you're promised?
Ooh, good point. I even have a story about that. Nobody is going to remember this when they look back at the upcoming console generation, but neither Sony nor Microsoft had what one would call a smooth rollout for pre-orders. Sony started things off by announcing the price and release date in their State of Play event, but not announcing when pre-orders would go live, leaving that to Jeff Keighley's Twitter. And even then it was wrong, because Sony told him to assure us that pre-orders would go live on the 17th, and they sure didn't. Best Buy Canada even went live before Best Buy US did, and that was midday on the 16th. So by the time the 17th rolled around, all the PS5s available for pre-order were gone. And we still haven't heard of anyone who got approved to order one direct from Sony on the basis of if they're a good Sony fan or not. Sony have since apologized, but it's done now. If you got one for launch, you've got one, and if you don't, you don't. So all Microsoft had to do to look like a superstar was to not somehow also screw up their pre-orders for the Xbox Series S and X. That was all they had to do. But like the PS5, and indeed like pre-orders for the new NVIDIA RTX 3080, it was a mess of server issues and broken shopping carts. At least Microsoft was clear about telling people when they could order, but it seemed like nobody else was ready. Even massive retailers like Target or Best Buy aren't prepared to repel consumerism of this magnitude, and their websites were throwing errors all day, with users not sure if they even had an Xbox in their cart or not. GameStop tried to alleviate load on their server by displaying a page that said, "You're in line, do not refresh this page," on a page coded to refresh every 30 seconds. Because yeah, it actually had to refresh. They just didn't want you to spam it. After all, this is GameStop, who, after previously flaunting COVID guidelines, just this morning announced that people can go to their retail locations tomorrow to place PS5 pre-orders in person. Somehow under the mistaken theory they won't all be ordered online before even 2 people get through the doors. But after all of that, at least people got their Xbox Series X pre-orders in. Or did they? Because while we've, I feel correctly, ribbed Microsoft about their needlessly muddy naming conventions, they are legitimately confusing to some people who apparently ended up ordering Xbox One X's. At least Amazon seems to have sold over 700% more than their usual number of Xbox Ones on Series X pre-order day. And part of that is the search algorithms find it confusing. For part of pre-order day, if you searched Xbox Series X on Amazon, Xbox One X was at the top of the list. And if you're desperate to get your order in, you might not be paying that close attention. Or maybe you're fighting with shopping carts that lie to you and accidentally end up ordering 3 Xbox Series X, like our friend Matt actually did. But hey, in their defense, Microsoft was probably distracted by buying Bethesda for $7.5 billion, and that's why their pre-order rollout was being so badly handled. What's your excuse, Sony?
Every week, I come to CheckPoint looking to write a story about Nintendo. And this week, I guess I rubbed the wrong monkey's paw, because now I'm bound to talk about this. Peach's Untold Tale is an indie video game where you play as Peach, and you must hump Goombas to save the kingdom. I think there's a lot of other minions that you have sex with as well, but most of the online journalism didn't do a deep dive on this one, so I was left reading the comments to find personal game reviews. However, this doesn't really matter because Nintendo finally pulled the plug on this parody video game, and I say finally because it's been in development since 2012, and the creator even has their own Patreon. I'm left with a ton of questions though. First, why did it take 8 years for Nintendo to find out about this and file a copyright complaint? Is there something wrong with their Black Ops cadre of smut detectors? Second, apparently this game is a side-scroller and not a visual novel. How the hell does that control scheme work? Third, it mentions that Peach is doing all this because Mario is missing. So does that mean no player 2 is Luigi option? Hands up everyone in chat waiting to see Luigi in full mpreg by a shy guy. Ugh. And finally, why do these games always pick Peach? What's so damn attractive about her? She looks like she's in a constant state of surprise. What do you find so appealing about this? Pick Daisy, pick Birdo, pick Samus, but always in the various suit and always in ball form.
It's probable that nobody is as surprised by the sudden success of Among Us as its developers' inner sloth, especially considering the game came out 2 years ago and has only very recently seen a massive explosion in players as it swept through successful and popular Twitch.tv streams and ours. The game, an online multiplayer evolution of imposter games like Werewolf and Mafia, was seeing concurrent online users peaking at not even 900 back in April, and now they're hitting 388,000. Which has had a negative impact on the game's servers, which is why the developers announced last month that they were going to go heads down on developing Among Us 2, with new maps, new features, and most importantly, a new code base, because the current one is, by their own admission, outdated. But then just last night, they announced that they've reconsidered and Among Us 2 is cancelled, so they can put all of that focus and content into Among Us. Improving the aforementioned servers is job one, while they try to handle the overwhelming demand from gamers to murder their friends in space. But they also plan to add much-needed colorblind support, a friend system, and a new map, which all seems like an easily surmountable challenge for a full team of developers who, 3 people? 1 coder! Godspeed, you 3. I hope you're getting a lot of money from this.
If you had Spider-Man on the PS4, you won't get to upgrade it for free to the PS5 version, according to Sony reps. Now, what I've just said is true and makes sense, but it isn't accurate, and because we pride ourselves here at Checkpoint as offering you the kind of unparalleled accuracy that modern video game marketers demand, here's what Sony reps actually said. Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered is an enhanced version of Marvel's Spider-Man and is included as part of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition for the PlayStation 5. In addition, players who purchase Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales on PlayStation 4 can upgrade at no additional cost to the PlayStation 5 version of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales and can take advantage of a paid upgrade to download Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered. There are no plans currently to offer Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered as a standalone. Players with a copy of Marvel's Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 can purchase Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition to experience Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered on PlayStation 5. Marvel's Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 will also be backwards compatible on PlayStation 5. You can point your finger at the Nintendo Wii versus the Nintendo Wii U, or the Nintendo 3DS versus the new Nintendo 3DS, but Microsoft's Xbox X Soup and Sony's Spider Salad is just proof that the entire industry is a big buffet full of terrible naming conventions. And after watching Checkpoint, join us on Friday for Checkpoint Plus, where we'll be doing Chill Point.
I'm feeling a little attacked.
Oh, it's fine. Please subscribe to this, the Loading Ready Run YouTube channel, where we also air replays of our live variety show, Loading Ready Live. And subscribe to our other YouTube channel, Loading Ready Live, where we air replays of our Twitch streams from Loading Ready Run, like Chill Point.
Please stop.
Or maybe there's an outside chance that someone watching actually saw Loading Ready Live, the actually live sketch comedy show you did at the Victoria Fringe Festival.
Oh, no, I remember our ticket sales. I doubt that.
Coming up, have you ever wanted to see what's inside of the adorable roly-poly Fall Guys? No? Well, tough, it's this. Isn't that calming? Please subscribe to this, the Loading Ready Run YouTube channel, where we also air replays of our live variety show, Loading Ready Live, and subscribe to our other YouTube channel, Loading Ready Live, where we air all the replays. Fuck. Wow, that's hard to do.
Yeah, man. You nailed the story.
Easier time with the story.
You did. Well, you wrote the story.
That's true.
I'm feeling a little attacked.
Oh, it's fine. Fuck. You rolled forward too far.
Sorry, I'll leave it here.
Thanks. And subscribe to our other fuck. YouTube.
You can slow it down.
I'm gonna slow it down a lot.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted fuck? I didn't say coming up.
Have you ever wanted fuck?
Is you ever want to fuck?